back to another exciting episode. Today is November 26th, 2018. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, as always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
And we welcome you to join us on this epic journey as we all become Legend of the Nerds. Boom, I nailed it this time.
I know, you didn't screw up. This time I'm not James and you're not Andy. You remember the date and everything.
You take me a week off vacation, man. I am just
That's a pat on the back right there.
We were talking stuff before the camera came on about the Switch, Andy.
Yes.
And how you were playing Splatoon at your cousin's and he was yelling at you and stuff.
Oh my God. It's just
I'm sorry about that experience.
I was just like, here, you can take it back. I'm good.
If you ever want to actually try Splatoon for real, let me know. You can come on over. I'll shut the motion off.
Yeah.
So you can play the real.
What is that? And then I'm trying to figure out how to turn into the squid and all that. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, when you have a kid trying to show you how this game, because he's sitting there and knows how to play it, but he doesn't understand that other people know how to play it.
You want to know what? They also had one game on there I will never get. It's called Fortnite. That looked like the most boring game I've ever seen.
I will tell you something right now. I downloaded it. It's not downloaded anymore, but Fortnite is the #1 biggest PC game right now.
You know why? Because it reminds me of the stupid game Minecraft. That's why, and it was this huge big deal.
It's the biggest game right now. Fortnite is huge. I'm not a big fan of shooting games like that.
Bigger than the Pokemon ones that just came out?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
I wonder if it'll be as big as Super Smash Brothers, because everyone's looking forward to that.
People look forward to anything they want, but gamers are different. If you're a PC gamer, it is a different world.
Yeah.
And right now, Fortnite is a huge game. Everybody does it. I mean, think about when we watch wrestling. When you have Carmella doing the floss dance, do you know where she got that from? Fortnite.
Oh, jeez.
Most of those dances that she does, got it from Fortnite. That game is huge. For me, I was a big fan of it. Did it have some cool gimmicks to it? Sure. So you have you play people around the world, and there's a giant storm that closes in on you. So it forces players to meet all in the middle of the map to shoot each other. So, I mean, it has a cool gimmick to it. I just wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
Because you can sit there and you build stuff, too. You can farm materials to build, ramps and outhouses and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all the whole ramp thing and all that.
I just didn't like the game.
Yep.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
You know what? A great game that comes out in 2 more months now. I sent you the final trailer for it. I don't know if you watched it. Kingdom Hearts 3. I am so excited.
Yeah.
January 19th.
For what system?
For PlayStation and Xbox now.
Okay.
So I don't have to go out and buy, because the 1 and 2 were on my PlayStation 2, but I never got a PS4. I went to Xbox instead, so I got all upset. But they decided to make it for Xbox as well, so I get to play it.
Yeah.
That is happy birthday to me. That is an early birthday gift I will be buying.
Good.
And I don't
Did you pre-order it yet?
No. But I should.
Yes,
I don't even have to use my own money. I still have 2 Amazon gift cards that I got from work. So work is buying my gift for me.
I don't think if you order it GameStop or something, you'll probably get a little bonus present too.
But I got to do it on Amazon because they're Amazon gift cards.
Oh.
So
what you do is you order GameStop gift cards on Amazon, then go to GameStop.
Yeah. But I sent you that trailer. I didn't know if you had watched it, but that trailer...
I didn't. Because you sent me stuff so you can remember where you put it once.
Too. Yeah, that's true. But trailer was amazing. There's so much to do in this game. It's going to be amazing. So excited.
Gaming's getting big, man.
I know I will be taking... I already have it planned that I have... because work gives all their employees a 1-night free stay after your 1-year anniversary, so I'm saving that.
Okay.
So that's another birthday gift. I'm taking the whole day, just sit in my nice
hotel room
there.
Bring Xbox with you.
Exactly. And I'm staying up. That's all I'm doing up there. I'm going to tell people, I don't care. It's my day off. Do not call my room to ask if I can come down and help on my day off. And then I have a voucher for free breakfast, so I'll just order that, bring it back up, and I have another gift certificate for dinner there. So I'm just going to bring stuff up. I'm going to be secluded.
Well, that's perfect.
And that's all I'm playing.
That's perfect.
As happy birthday to me.
Oh, man, that's perfect. Kind of a big show today, huh?
Yes. It's one of my...
Winter movies is the topic.
There's the 4 episodes a year, which are the movies and the seasons that I look forward to, and then obviously the biggest one is the nerdies. But so this is one of the big 5 that I look forward to every year. So just because it's nice, it's kind of interesting to go around and take a look at what you're excited about and what there's going to be for movies coming out.
Right.
So.
And also we have Survivor Series, a little bit of Survivor Series talk.
Yeah, thank God we're finally catching up. Did you hear about Stargate 2 they had? It's kind of like a pay-per-view, but it wasn't on the WWE network.
What is it?
It was Starcade.
WCW Starcade?
Yeah, well, WWE Starcade.
When was this?
It happened like 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah, they filmed it, but they didn't have it live on the WWE network for you to watch. And then the next day, you could watch only like the first hour of it on the network.
What matches was it?
There was like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in a steel cage. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the IC title in a steel cage.
What?
Yeah,
Why was they advertise this at all?
They advertised it like on Monday Night Raw, and they said so, and it was only like a couple days down the road from when it happened. So literally, they didn't advertise any of it until like a couple days before it happened.
That's insane. They're bringing Starcade back,
but
one of the best WCW pay-per-views.
But
they bring back and they did not advertise.
The problem is you could only watch like an hour or so of it, not the whole entire show.
What?
Yeah, they're really messing up on a lot of things.
Get rid of Survivor Series and add Starcade.
I won't get rid of that. That's been going on for 30 years now.
I know, Three Stars debuted in that pay-per-view.
Yes.
But still, get rid of a dumb pay-per-view, add Starcade.
Like Crown Jewel and all that crap? Evolution.
Yes. Let's do some wrestling talk, huh?
Yes.
On the topic.
So before we jump into Survivor Series, a little few things happened before it. Obviously, Daniel Bryan had a WWE Championship rematch with AJ Styles.
Yep.
And he won using a low blow and officially has now turned heel. Thoughts on Daniel Bryan heel change? Good or bad?
I think it's a good move.
I think it's going to be a crappy move.
I think it's a good move. I mean, I knew they were going to give him the belt sometime. Mm-hmm. But I was like, they're going to give it to him. He's going to be a face, and it's just predictable. Him turning heel and getting the belt, I never saw that coming.
The only thing I don't like about this is he's been a heel one other time in his career. It didn't last long because
that was the Nexus, right?
No, he was world champion, and I remember he was in the Elimination Chamber and he was goading Big Show a lot, and Big Show tried to climb through the top of Daniel Bryan's pod.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Remember that? A long time ago.
But he was such a crappy heel. He couldn't do the promos well as a crappy heel.
That was like 10 years ago, so it could be better.
Yeah, we'll see. But unfortunately, my boy AJ Styles lost, so I was hoping he'd at least have it go into Mania or something.
We knew he was going to lose it sometime, though.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be last month.
Yeah. He's had it for just about a year, I think they said.
He had it over a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that happened. We also had Becky Lynch invading. I think I mentioned this on the last show, but Becky Lynch had invaded Raw with the SmackDown women's locker room.
I'll tell you one thing about this, Andy. If Becky Lynch wasn't over with the WWE universe, she totally is now.
Oh, everyone was cheering for her.
Man.
Like, Ronda Rousey gets massive cheers from the universe. People are cheering for Becky over Ronda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Becky took a punch, broke her nose, blood everywhere.
No, she fractured half her face and got concussed.
And she's up there just smiling like, I want more.
With the blood just draining down her face.
Oh, that was such an epic shot.
And thank you, Nia Jax, for screwing up. Oh, let me kind of...
Well, here's the thing. You think of screwing up. It's good for Becky Lynch because she took it like a man.
Oh, yeah, she kept competing.
It was good for Nia Jax because she is that kind of a woman who's going to break noses when you come near her. Yeah. So it's going to push both careers.
We'll see. But yeah, that happened. So then on SmackDown, we find out that Becky is not medically cleared because of the concussion she got. So Charlotte is now taking up the mantle. And all of a sudden, what's up with that hug from Becky to Charlotte? Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay. So we're going off script here kind of thing?
Maybe.
But we'll see.
But it explains more of it in Survivor Series, though.
Yeah. So,
But we are going to probably see Becky versus Ronda at like Mania or something, huh?
oh yeah, we'll see.
If not the Rumble.
We definitely will. Going into Survivor Series, before we talk about the matches, did you hear about the controversy that happened in the stands and with the audience? What
No.
happened? You didn't.
Well,
One of
there's
your
many things. So
one of your favorite ex-cruiserweights returned.
okay,
to
that
invade.
happened in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the beginning.
No, I know that.
So I mean that kind of I heard about that.
Okay.
But when you see that, it's very very weird how you phrase that.
Well,
I thought something happened, that wasn't an obvious thing. But yeah, of
So
course I heard about that.
what we're talking about is Enzo Amore, who has been who was fired months and months ago from WWE. Bought a ticket, invaded WWE, and he's just standing on his chair doing his little wiggle. And
You didn't hear about all of it, did you?
well, no, I heard what happened. One thing happened where he accidentally fell or hit a woman in the audience, so she got assaulted basically, and then they threw him out, and he got locked out of the building.
Okay, so here's what happened. He dressed disguised.
Yeah.
He had a black wig on. He had an overcoat on, hoodie, everything. Couldn't tell it was Enzo at all. And I think it was during Cedric Alexander's match where he took off his disguise and started doing a promo right in the middle of the match. That's when he was kicked out.
Yeah. I know he had, I think, on his Twitter page or something, talking about how he's going to be at Survivor Series because he had like a little video prior to it and everything. But
Now, the question is, though, was it a work?
I don't think it was. I think it's just he's ticked off and just showed up. They're in his backyard, basically.
You don't think this is them bringing him back into the storyline somehow?
I don't think so. Especially with the accidental assault on a fan in there and everything. And
Well, I mean, it is wrestling, and
this is true. Brock Lesnar, when he ripped the door off the car and threw it, the idiot threw it in the audience and it hit somebody.
yeah.
Ugh.
I said, so it's wrestling. I mean, it could happen, but is it a work? Is it not? I don't think it is.
This is a dumb question here. Do you want Enzo to come back? I mean, you were here.
At
huge
this point
Enzo
in time,
fan.
no, not really.
Wow, I thought you would say yes.
No, I mean, the cruiserweights are doing fantastic on their own. I love 205 right now.
Doing great, yeah, but you don't promote them much anymore. Whoop-de-doo, 1 hour.
They don't.
That's the thing.
It's sad how they don't.
And I was so excited. I was the first one on that bandwagon when they brought the Cruiserweight title back because I always missed that championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like crap, this bright purple and silver title, but I was excited for the division to come back, and it was great. And then all of a sudden, throw them out the door.
Yeah, they don't promote it as much, but 205 is a really good show.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it every week. They have a great storyline going on now. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Drew Gulak, that guy is going to be a star one of these days. Tony, right now.
We'll see. So getting into the show, we had the pre-show, which is this made-up crap match that I think of, where, here, let's get everyone from both rosters onto the show, just to make it more exciting, even though I don't think it was. And we have a tag team elimination match. Let's take...
I'm sorry, did you say this was a crap match?
Well, I didn't watch it.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably one of the best matches on the show.
Okay, the idea of it.
The idea was crap, but
Yes.
the match itself was actually really good.
I'm surprised because
was actually really
because
good.
you have literally 20 people on the apron.
Yeah.
5 tag teams from each show.
Right.
And it's just to me it didn't make any sense. But
Those matches didn't make any sense, but I mean,
it's like quick eliminations here and there.
overall, it was a really good match.
Yeah. Team SmackDown took this one.
Yep.
It's the only victory we could see from Team SmackDown the entire night.
The one thing we should point out what happened was Jimmy Uso was on the top rope about to pin the last person.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to do his frog splash. In the air, he shows respect to Roman Reigns by cocking the arm and then doing the frog splash.
Well, yeah, they are cousins.
So that was really nice to see that.
Yep. First match of the night was the women's elimination match, Raw versus SmackDown. Charlotte is no longer team captain of that because she's now, of course, like we mentioned, replacing Becky Lynch. Naomi is the new captain, and they added Mandy Rose. Just when you look at the card, for this match. You could tell Raw was going to win.
Well,
They had the size and strength.
This was a bad show because WWE really is treating their viewers like a bunch of idiots. And obviously, they don't care about viewerships in this show. They don't care about the wrestlers in this show. Naomi was supposed to be a big star in the women's division, right? She's really talented. She's team captain, and she was the first one to be eliminated. But Mandy Rose lasts for a while? Why? What's the point of, dogging one of your biggest women stars?
They also tried to push Sonya Deville in this, and she just didn't do anything.
Because she's terrible.
Yeah.
She's terrible.
And it went the exact same way almost that it was last year. Asuka was on Raw last year and was the lone survivor. This time she's the lone survivor on SmackDown, but just can't get the win. Because, you're going up against...
Nia Jax's turn, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what she was doing.
Oh,
She threw her own teammate off the top rope.
Yeah, because she wanted to get the glory.
It's just lame.
True. Team Raw wins that. Moving on to the Intercontinental Champion versus the U.S. Champion. This was the match I actually look forward to. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke. It actually lasted a while, and it was, I thought, a decent match.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I don't see Shinsuke staying with the company much longer, though.
There's actually a list of wrestlers who are predicted to be leaving in the year 2019, and he's on that list.
I don't see him lasting. I don't see Asuka lasting much longer either.
She's on that list too.
Because, you haven't done anything with her.
Exactly.
She's fantastic, but,
Oh, it's the same thing with Naomi.
What do you do?
Let's now put them together as a tag team, which is great if we have our tag team division in the women's division. So it's the same thing with Nia and Tamina now. Be a great tag team.
Fantastic, right?
No titles. Seth gets this win. I actually thought Shinsuke was going to win this match a lot of times. I was waiting for him to sneak in that low blow somewhere or something, but or even Dean showing up.
Well, here's the thing. This is when WWE dropped the ball again. Shinsuke should have got the one because Dean should have interrupted the match somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
But nothing.
No.
But nothing.
It's because there's no storylines in any of these matches. That's why.
But there's a storyline between Dean and Seth. So Dean should have, shown up. His music should have played something.
A lot of things should have happened.
Shinsuke should have won this match by, DQ or something. But WWE dropped the ball again on this match.
The funny match of the night, Raw Tag Team Champions AOP versus SmackDown's The Bar. And the funny part, in this is Drake Maverick peeing his pants when Big Show had him by the throat. Really didn't pee his pants.
You could see him holding on to the catheter.
He did a horrible job with this where Big Show grabs him and he kind of sets off a switch in his pants to let some liquid go. I'm just like, you could have hit it a little better.
Could have done a little better, yeah.
But
he had it like he's trying to hold his pants up.
It was still funny.
Yeah.
Again, though, SmackDown loses. AOP gets the victory because of this distraction. We have next the one match that isn't Raw versus SmackDown. It's the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that wasn't the pre-show match. They like to go Cruiserweights.
They are giving the 205 guys main show. They actually, it seems they're giving them the mid-card position every time. The mid-main event.
I will say, very good match. Very good.
Fantastic.
Buddy Murphy getting just under the weight, 204.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
Mustafa is really talented guy.
He is, but they don't do anything with him. When he gets opportunities, it's like, right out the window.
Buddy Murphy's on the ball, though, man. I wouldn't have, if I was writing that match, I wouldn't have gave the belt up either.
Are we saying that Buddy Murphy's going to be a cruiserweight the rest of his career, or are they going to promote him to Raw full-time and maybe go for like an IC championship kind of thing?
Buddy, I see going on SmackDown.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's a SmackDown guy coming up.
Problem is with that, I don't see it happening because WWE likes to keep husband and wife duos together, and he's engaged to Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
So.
But, I could see it. I could see him going. There's rumors that Alexa isn't wrestling either.
No,
they're giving her a different position.
Right now she's concussion protocol.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So.
But I heard that they're going to actually bring her to a different kind of position in the company anyways.
We'll see.
Which I hope not. I kind of like Alexa as a wrestler. But, we'll see what happens.
Yep. We have, so Buddy Murphy retained his title. Next, we have the men's elimination match. SmackDown again takes the loss. Might have pushed towards SmackDown winning in the beginning after they put Braun Strowman through the announce table. Shane McMahon going to the top rope and doing the flying elbow off it.
Shane worked hard in this match.
Shane works hard in every match he does. He then goes coast to coast on Dolph Ziggler.
Yep.
And tries to go coast to coast again until Braun gets up and clotheslines him out of the air.
Well, keep in mind, he didn't want to because Miz is egging him on.
He didn't want to be in this match, period.
Miz is like, no, do it again, do it again, do it again.
What is it? Miz is lately, he's not being regular Miz, he's more being a funny Miz lately.
It's a weird thing with Miz right now.
Miz and Shane, weird combo. But again, it ended just like the Raw women's side. You literally had like 3-on-1 towards the end.
Yeah.
Once it got to be Shane, I'm thinking it's just like last year. Shane was the lone survivor on SmackDown and they lost. So I'm like, woo, can't change it up or anything.
Nope.
And woo, yeah, like Shane's gonna beat Braun, Lashley, and McIntyre.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, just walk away. Getting into, this is the one match out of the entire show I enjoyed watching, and especially at the end. And I'm talking about Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Ronda finally stepped up and competed in a longer match.
Yes.
Usually her matches are 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Literally, this match went back and forth with them using submissions and finishers and everything. And Ronda even tried to look like she was using a finisher instead of just the submission sometimes. It gets to the point where Charlotte is just sick of it, turns heel, and just starts beating the crap out of Ronda with the kendo stick and the chairs and everything. And props to Ronda for taking a beating like that. It's the first time we've seen Ronda go and take a beating from weapons.
Yep.
Side of Charlotte we haven't seen before. She ends up taking the chair, puts it around Ronda's neck, and stomps on it.
Figuring it out.
Yeah.
She kind of took a while to get that chair on there.
Well, how often do the women use the weapons? That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's something that she should have practiced, before the match started.
Yeah. So let's move on to that where we're talking about the hug. And I think you wanted to wait for this match to talk more about that Becky Lynch hugging Charlotte thing. Does that mean anything going into this match? Or again, was it off script?
Well, I mean, if I remember right, during that hug, you could see Becky whispering in Charlotte's ear.
Yeah, she said, I forgot what she said.
Know what she said. It was whisper. So what? We couldn't tell. It could have been like, turn heel and beat some ass,
Is it right for Charlotte to be turning heel right now, though, do you think? Or, I mean...
I'll see why not.
I don't know.
They haven't really done much with her.
It just seems weird after this whole big rivalry. And now, let me just turn heel right off out of nowheres. So, but then, on SmackDown...
If you think about it, the way promoters schedule matches, it's always heel versus face. Mm-hmm. Once in a while, you get away with a face versus face.
Yeah.
But not very often. And I think...
Usually when you have a face versus face, a heel change is going to happen.
Sometimes,
yeah. Daniel Bryan and AJ.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good example, too. And I don't think they want to ruin Ronda Rousey's image right now by turning her heel.
Yeah.
But what are they going to lose with Charlotte?
My thing is, though...
They're not going to lose much by changing her heel.
The next SmackDown, she has 2 matches against the Iconics, which are heels, obviously. And then I'm thinking, okay, so is she a heel, or is she just kind of going neutral and trying to be bad?
No, she's heel.
It's just...
That match is to push her more heel. It's like, okay, when heel versus heel matches go on, that usually indicates we're going to take this heel and make them even more heelish.
Yeah.
So that's why when Charlotte went against the Iconics, heel versus heel, it's, okay, Charlotte's heel, now we got to dedicate her being heel by being more heelish. Mm-hmm. So
my biggest, like I said, I enjoyed the match, but my biggest thing was towards the end when she can't get the chair. And then you get 5 referees out there. And you're telling me 5 grown men can't get Charlotte off of Ronda and can't hold her back. You got one of the refs who was reffing the match who is jacked.
Yeah.
He's got these massive arms. And they can't control Charlotte. I hate watching that when you have refs that are like, stand back. I'm like, just push them back, okay? You're just making yourself look more like an idiot.
Yeah.
Especially when your arms are the size of her head.
This is during SmackDown, right?
No, it was during the Survivor Series.
Oh, okay.
That's when she, and
I know,
what she did
I know
was,
referees can't during SmackDown, too.
because she also attacked the refs, too.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Which is so dumb. We'll talk about that SmackDown episode after this, though. Because I want to mention about that.
I don't remember.
You will in a second.
Final match. This is all you because I didn't get a chance to watch it. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. The only thing I can say is I checked the time and I think it was like a 16+ minute match. Wow. Way to go, Brock.
Match was too long.
Way to go, Brock. You actually went past 15 minutes.
I'm going to tell you right now, Survivor Series was a total letdown for me.
It always is.
So I drank a little bit during the show to try to keep myself going. I passed out a few times during this match because it was just boring. I don't like Brock Lesnar.
Nobody does.
Well, you did for a while.
Back when he was first wrestling and he was actually
I didn't like
good.
him back then. But, I mean, the match was all right. There was a few things that, Daniel Bryan made Brock Lesnar do that Brock doesn't really do. Mm-hmm. Like Daniel doing his suicide dive outside the ropes, catching him. It doesn't really do much like that. The match was kind of lame. You knew Brock was going to win.
Yeah.
You knew he was going to win anyways.
Yeah. So to end Survivor Series, they win 6 matches to 0. Although there is an asterisk next to it, as the New Day would like to say.
Next Tuesday, SmackDown, New Day comes out. Biggie's wearing a shirt, says 6-1.
Yeah. They're not counting the pre-show. Why would Stephanie want to count the pre-show?
You gotta count the pre-show. It's still part of the show. But SmackDown kicked off. The reason why I hate Paige's position is what she does.
Talking about the fine.
I'm talking about her talking in general. She should just not talk. Don't give her a mic. Let her be a silent manager. That'd be perfect. But the fine was so dumb.
$20,000 per ref.
$100,000. Where did you pull this number from? Where are you getting it from? How is it even a legit number to pull out?
I wiped my butt with that money.
I mean, come on. $100,000. This means nothing to all fans out there. We don't care. You don't need to add this to your little talk just to with your voice on a mic even more. You don't need this. It's not needed. Paige is the worst decision as being a manager.
No, the worst was Vicky Guerrero.
Get rid of her. At least Vicky entertained me.
I fast forward.
But the problem was, I just do not like Paige in that position at all.
Quickly before we move on, the worst general manager, is People Power.
John Laurinaitis.
It's People Power. That is your worst general manager. Or Teddy Long. We're going to have a tag team match. Holla, holla, holla.
Teddy was entertaining, though.
Yeah, but it was always a tag team match.
But I will give you this, though. John Laurinaitis was a terrible manager. I did not like him at all.
Best GM ever.
Mick Foley.
Eric Bischoff. I'm sorry. I'm not an Eric Bischoff fan.
No, you're right.
But he was good. He was good.
You're right.
So
Mick Foley's really good, but yeah. I'll give you that one. I liked Eric Bischoff.
All right. Unless you have anything else, I think we should be moving on.
To the Flairverse.
Flairverse, let's do it. Supergirl, I know you like it, don't watch it, but I do. Last night's episode was pretty good. James Olsen's kidnapped by Agent Liberty and his little lackeys because they want to use him because everyone's gung-ho on Guardian now. And they want to use him as Guardian to destroy a building where aliens come in, kind of like an immigration building. So kind of...
Elzone.
Yeah, but it's called something else.
Okay.
But so basically you got this defender, good guy, here we're going to make you blow things up. We're going to use you, because maybe then people will listen to you if you're doing that.
So dumb.
At the same time, you have Manchester Black and Supergirl teaming up to find out more about Agent Liberty. Manchester Black trades Supergirl into the Children of Liberty to get info on where Agent Liberty is and who he is. So he basically backstabbed her there. And let's see, I got to read my notes here. I wrote it way too small. Ends up being James doesn't blow the building up. Supergirl saves the day, all that. The big thing here is Lena Luthor is doing some human trial experiments on something that Supergirl brought back from her home planet that's floating out in space. And come to find out, she's made this serum where you can become indestructible. Like they are trying to cure cancer with it. And when they go to burn the heart after the trial failed, they try to burn it and the heart doesn't disintegrate. It's just still beating. So she thinks she can use this to make you indestructible and to give humans abilities so that in case aliens attack, you can defend yourself.
Are we going Doomsday?
I don't know. We'll see. The kid who signs up for it, she ends up giving him the serum. He has powers for, I think she said like 3 minutes, but then he died. So now she's living with that decision. Was it the right time? And deciding whether or not to continue with human experimenting. So we'll see how that goes. Arrow was very exciting. We have Diaz kidnapping Anatoly and killing all of the Brafa. And then the team finds Anatoly and uses him to help capture Diaz, because Diaz is having a plan to blow up Star City.
Right.
They end up capturing Diaz, and Laurel is talking back and forth with Oliver, trying to get Oliver out of jail, and he wants nothing to do with this Laurel, saying, "You will never be my Laurel," all this. I mean, he really insults her.
Oh, yeah.
And she's trying to become a good person. Yep. She doesn't give up, and she ends up making a deal with the judge to trade Diaz for Oliver's freedom. So Oliver is, we would think, in tonight's episode, will be freed. We'll see. In this episode, the Diaz's lackeys, those hunters, I forget what they call it, escape. So I'm thinking they might break him out before they can do the trade-in.
Right.
Something's going to happen. What I liked most about this episode is in the flash forward. I'm loving the flash forwards.
They're great, right?
I'm loving these flash forwards. The team is going through all of Felicity's little challenges. And I love seeing the tennis balls bouncing on the wall. When those lights came on, I'm like, those are tennis balls, shoot them! And they finally, Roy shoots them right at the last second to unlock everything. And William finds these plans that show Star City being blown up, which if you put 2 and 2 together, those are Diaz's plans now in the future. And then Dinah explains to William, unfortunately, Felicity has died, and she died as a criminal. Towards the end of her life, she was going by the calculator, which was her father's alter ego. So maybe we'll find out more. Was she really being a criminal, or was she doing that to set something up for William in the future? We'll see. Flash. I know you're not too big into the Flash episodes right now because of Nora, but this episode had nothing to do with Nora.
I like this episode.
Yeah. This whole episode's about Caitlin. Yeah. She's trying to find her father. They end up finding him, and he comes back home and he passes out, and she notices his arm is becoming ice. Come to find out, he has the metahuman gene in him to turn ice also, so he ends up giving that to her. And he explains to her that he needs the serum to help cure him. She makes the serum, but Cisco has other thoughts. He thinks he's playing her somehow. And he vibes and finds out that that's not really her father. It's his alter ego, which we know is called Icicle. And the serum, what it will do is it'll kill off her father's side, and he'll be pure Icicle throughout the entire thing.
Right.
Team goes to try to fight him. He beats the team because he's made the room ultimate zero in there, so nobody can move. Caitlin shows up and triggers Killer Frost. I'm trying to remember how it got triggered, but so Killer Frost
I think it's just being in sub-zero weather.
Well, we learned too, it's not, when DeVoe touched her, it wasn't the metahuman power to take powers away he was using. It was the mind control one.
Yeah, it's a blocker.
It was blocking her thoughts of Killer Frost and her ability to change through her mind.
Yep.
Once it was between the cold and then she got through to her father a little bit. That's what helped trigger Killer Frost. And she ends up beating Icicle as he ends up fleeing, and she destroys the serum. So we now have Killer Frost back. I'm excited to see Killer Frost back. It's just, when I think Caitlin Frost, I think Killer Frost all the time. I want that character.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. So we had that, and then we have the team ends up finding out that Cicada finds more info about Cicada and learn the identity of his daughter. So now they can try to piece 2 and 2 together. So I don't know if you're off topic here, a fan of the American Pie movies, but I keep forgetting to mention. Do you know that Cicada is a guy from American Pie?
Yeah, Chris Pine.
Yeah, I'm like, I was sitting there watching it one day, and I'm like, God,
He's been in other movies besides.
I know that, but I know him from American Pie.
Okay.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, God, where have I seen him before? And I found that out. So, finishing up Flareverse, we have Legends of Tomorrow. Out of all these episodes, these 4 episodes, this was my favorite out of all 4 of the shows.
This episode. Good episode.
This is the Tokyo Kaijin episode, the sea monsters. And there's a giant octopus in 1950s Tokyo, and the team goes to investigate. Come to find out, it's not a demon that they got to send back. It's actually the director has this magical book where he writes things down, and they appear. So the team ends up shrinking this giant octopus to human size and is tracking it down. They're trying to figure out how to defeat it. They can't. What you have to do is use magic to defeat magic, basically.
Right.
So Mick, as we know, has a soft side for novels, for romance novels particularly. And so he has writer's block. He can't figure out what to write. This monster gives him unblocks his writer block. He takes the magic book and he finishes his novel writing the warrior princess out of the book and on out to the stage. And she destroys the monster. And there's a little love scene with making the princess at the end, which was hilarious.
It's just a monster film. This was also their Thanksgiving episode.
Yes. I was going to get to that. There's more.
Okay.
So the funniest part after they defeat this, I thought, was when they're leaving, Mick tells the director, "It's not about octopuses. It's lizards. Remember, lizards." And obviously going at Godzilla.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. That was my Mick impression there.
That's good.
Moving to the Thanksgiving portion, we have the Time Bureau. They're holding some of these demons in cells until they can send them away and stuff. And they break free because the Gary's little love interest brings him takeout dinner, and they smell it. So Ava and...
the tranquilizer wasn't strong enough. The tranquilizer wore off.
Yeah, and they smelled the food is what started having them wake up. Because she comes up the elevator with the food. But still, Nate and Ava go there to help Gary wrangle them up, and they bait them in with takeout. And Nate's father, at the end of the episode, notices that they can kind of control these demons. And on his phone as he's walking away, mentions that we need to go ahead with Project Hades.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. The other side of it, there were 3 parts to this episode. The last one was Constantine, as we mentioned, was dying from the last episode. Ray finds Nora to help revive Constantine. She does this, and she has a change in heart. And like she said, I can't keep running. I have to atone for my sins. And she hands herself into the Time Bureau. My thought is we're going to see a lot more of her, and she might be more on the team later down the road. I think Nora's going to be part of it. My biggest thing is I want to see someone put on Dr. Fate's helmet, because we see that in the episodes here and there.
It could happen soon.
Maybe Nora as Dr. Fate?
Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see. Anything that I left out that you would like to add to Flareverse?
You nailed it.
We will have, I think on the next episode, it might happen. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But in 2 weeks, we have Elseworld coming in.
Yes.
What are you most excited about Elseworld from what we've seen in the trailers?
Have you watched
any of the trailers, I should say?
No, I don't watch the trailers.
Okay, but
I don't want any spoilers. I just seen still pictures.
Okay.
I want to see Oliver Queen as the Flash.
He looks so weird. He looks so weird.
It's going to be great.
The one thing I do know in the trailers that we get is Superman in the black Superman suit.
Yeah.
So we get that. And then the funniest thing I saw is they're in Gotham, Oliver and Barry, and they're talking about Batman. And Batwoman shows up and they go, "You're not Batman."
Yeah, I don't watch any of the trailers because, they're out there for me to get excited, but for me, it's just more of a spoiler. I love every bit of surprise I can get from these shows.
So I don't get much of a spoiler from the trailers. That's the thing. So
We look at entertainment differently.
No,
Me,
yeah.
I love like every last bit of nook and cranny surprise I can get from these shows.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch any of the trailers.
quickly, I have a little bit of TV talk.
Okay.
Very quickly, some of our favorite shows are returning in the next week or two. I have The Ranch returns December 7th, so I know where I'll be binge watching that day. And then the week after that, Fuller House returns on the 14th of December. So I know some people are still upset, no Danny Masters, but I know in my household, my father has refused to watch The Ranch now that Danny Masters is gone.
But we get Dax Shepard.
He doesn't know the actors by names and stuff. He just knows the character of Rooster, and it's just not going to be the same. Like he said, I told him what happened, why he left. He's like, if you hadn't told me, I probably would keep watching it because I wouldn't have realized it until it started happening. But what he hates is the way Rooster had left the show, the whole written concept of it. Like he said, he's being held at by, I'm like, well, he was being held at by gunpoint. He's like, yes, but he bends down near the gun to pick up his bag. I would have swung that bag right at the guy and tried to find him out.
At least they wrote him off as him just leaving this town.
Exactly.
And not killing him off. There's a chance they could bring him back.
And that's what I've explained. But I think a lot of people are ticked off the way it was written, and I think most people, when I talk to them about it, agree with how I thought it should have happened. Instead of him leaving town, maybe if he had gone off to another ranch or something nearby, kind of like how he was before.
I mean, you could do both ways, I guess, but I think just writing off the way they did was a fine way of doing it.
We'll see. I know with Fuller House, I have to keep an eye on. My mom is a huge Lindsay Wagner fan, the Bionic Woman, and she's in an episode of that. So
is that right?
Fuller House is getting Bionic in one episode.
Okay.
So we'll see that.
Is that it for your TV talk?
That's it. There wasn't much.
All right. Well, I got a movie trailer for you. Want to watch your trailer?
Might as well.
Let's do a trailer.
My name is Peter Parker. I'm pretty sure you know the rest. I saved the city, fell in love, then I saved the city again and again and again.
Spider-Man Into SpiderVerse, Andy, what are your thoughts?
So originally I didn't care for it, and then I've watched trailer after trailer, and I've started to fall in love with this movie. Because my whole thought was, okay, obviously it's based on Miles Morales, and we're thinking it's in that universe until we watch this, and you find out, no, the universe we're used to is the Peter Parker one, and then he gets sucked into Miles, and then all the other ones, especially Spider-Pig. I love Spider-Pig. But it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still a Sony movie, but it's in association with Marvel. And what we've learned is when Sony goes ahead and pairs with Marvel to do movies, they turn out to be pretty good.
Right.
So my thoughts is it might be on a box office hero come when it comes out.
The storyline looks fine. My issue is that I'm not a huge fan of Sony Animation Studios. I don't like any of their artwork as much as other animations, you know? I'm sure that it'll be fine. I'm just not a big fan of the artwork. It's not my cup of tea.
What do you think of the villain, Scorpion? See that? Did you see Scorpion in there?
I saw Kingpin too.
Yeah, but still.
You got a bunch of villains in there.
Maybe Sinister Six kind of thing?
I wouldn't go that far with it. No.
Do you like the fact that Peter Parker is not a kid, but he's adult Peter Parker, and he's training Miles?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for the storyline in the timeline of Peter Parker. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like
The fact that the movie's not based solely on Peter Parker.
You kind of think when you first start watching the trailer.
Yeah.
But
It's a good twist. I like that.
Yep.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
With that, we have box office heroes coming up, Andy.
Yes, I was a little upset when I did this because one of the top movies I want to see, Robin Hood, I did not put on my top
We will
three.
talk about Robin Hood in a second.
Number 3, I went Creed 2. Number 2, Fantastic Beasts 2. And number 1 has to be, it came out during Thanksgiving break, for crying out loud. You're asking every kid to go see this. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
All right. Number 3, The Grinch. 30 million. Number 2, Creed 2, $35 million. Number 1, Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Yep.
At $55 million.
I'm surprised Fantastic Beasts isn't. It's only been out for like 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
like,
But I mean,
the problem is there's a lot of movies, family movies too, to go and see right now.
there is a lot.
That's
right
the
now.
thing.
You look at this list, you have 2 movies right here that are family movies.
Yep.
But Wreck-It Ralph was going to be number 1.
Oh God, yes.
By far.
The second that came out, so do you have the number for it? Because I don't think you said it.
$55 million.
I was gonna try to guess it,
Oh.
but I'm surprised that's only. Though it came out the 21st, and so it's been a week now. I'm surprised it's not a little higher.
Yeah.
Especially being the fact it came out during Thanksgiving vacation, which was smart.
Mind, these numbers from Friday to Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, so it might be more.
Yeah. So they definitely made way more. That's just the weekend number.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
From what I've heard, Creed 2, it's good, but it's not as good as the first one.
Right.
So, but it's the sequel. So sequels aren't ever as good.
But Robin Hood, though. From what I've heard, it was a giant flop.
Yeah.
But those are reviews from, like, professional movie reviewers. And what do they know, right?
What do they know?
What do they know? What do you think the issue was?
The actors.
You think so?
I never can remember the kid's name who played Eggsy and
We'll
then
just keep
Israel.
calling it Eggsy.
Yeah. I think he's not as big of a name as we think yet. And then, like you mentioned, Jamie Foxx is not as big of a name as anymore. And I think people are getting sick and tired of Robin Hood movies constantly. Since the best one, which was Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
We've had what, like 5 of them?
Maybe.
So
I think we really went downhill with Russell Crowe's Robin Hood.
yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, from what I've heard, the movie was just a giant flop. No one really liked it. I'm going to watch it, and I guarantee you this, I'll probably enjoy it.
Same here.
I probably will enjoy it.
Same here.
That being said, we are on our main event, winter movies.
Yes, December through January.
December through January or December through February?
February, sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Hey, you got to make some mistakes last week.
I just want to make sure I did my homework.
I get mine here.
All right. Why don't you kick us off?
I have December 14th with 3 movies.
Okay.
Obviously, we watched Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse.
Yep.
I also have Mortal Engines. If you haven't seen this trailer yet, it looks very good.
Okay.
Basically, the world apocalypse has happened, and all the major cities now are either floating like as a boat on water, flying up in the air, or on the ground on like giant tank wheels. And London is like, the city of London is like the villain kind of city. And literally, it's like a tractor beam that brings other cities in and they just crush them. And you have these people trying to survive and destroy London.
Okay.
It looks a lot better than how I described it. If you haven't checked out Mortal Engines, take a look.
Destroying London.
Finally, I have The Mule, which is Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper. Clint Eastwood's character is a drug mule, and his business is going into foreclosure, so that's why he's doing this. And Bradley Cooper is the FBI agent that's tracking him down. And it's kind of that cat and mouse kind of thing. Is Clint Eastwood trying to escape, and then he's trying to do the right thing, stuff like that. Also fighting the drug lords that he's muling for. So it's a Clint Eastwood movie. A lot of people will still go and see him, even though he's 90-something years old. But
I wasn't a huge Clint Eastwood fan, so I even have it on my list.
My next one's not till the 19th, if you have anything.
Nope, I'm on the 19th.
The 19th is the big one. A lot of people are excited. Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes.
It is set like 30 years after after the original. Well, the original came out way back, but basically the Banks children have grown up and kind of are becoming like their father was, emotionless, everything. And Mary Poppins returns and to look after the Bank children again. And it's not who you would think, the little children. It's Michael and I can't remember his sister. Michael's the big one. He's become like his father. What I look forward to most in this is Dick Van Dyke is in this again in a small cameo role.
So great.
I don't care how old he gets, he is still amazing.
He's a star no matter what.
Yeah. I don't have anything till the 21st.
I'm on the 21st too.
We'll leave the big one for later. I have Welcome to Marwin,
Okay.
the Steve Carell movie. From what I got out of it, he fought in the war and was brutally beaten, has memory loss and everything like that. And today, what he does is he creates these little action figures and stuff that help. He kind of plays in his mind and tries to replay things that happened to him to try to regain his memories.
Okay.
It's not the typical comedy Steve Carell movie. I've noticed Steve Carell is doing a lot of drama type movies lately. So if you want that heart-pounding drama movie, this is what you need to go see.
Yeah.
I'm doing most of the talking. Would you like to mention one?
You're doing a great job. I have Holmes and Watson on this one.
I don't until the 25th, though.
I'm on the 19th.
Might be. Maybe they changed it. But, mention,
it doesn't matter.
it's still in December. Mention Holmes and Watson.
Only reason why I have it on there is because I like Sherlock Holmes and John Watson.
Okay.
Okay. I put it on here also because even though I'm not a
Will Ferrell fan?
I do seem to like Will Ferrell when he teams up with John C. Reilly.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another reason why I might check it out. Because I'm a John C. Reilly fan.
Yeah.
So them teaming up somehow makes sense for me. So I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is with Sherlock Holmes, I always like the action portion of Sherlock Holmes, the mystery. And now with this being kind of like a comedy mystery, that's my only concern. Is it going to ruin the story of Sherlock Holmes for me?
It might not.
So, the two big ones, though, let's talk about in December. Unless you have anything, you must know what I'm talking about, the two big ones for December.
I can take a guess.
Okay, do you have anything else besides those two?
No.
Okay, let's talk about them. We've aired on the trailer talk Bumblebee.
Yes.
I've seen more and more of this, and it's getting me really excited. This might be John Cena's big break like The Rock did.
Maybe.
I mean, he's a main character in this.
Yeah.
My whole concern is it a prequel to Transformers, or is it setting up after last night? Because Bumblebee's on Earth. So did he come to Earth and then go away and then come back? My whole thought is maybe it's setting after last night, because at the end of last night, I think Optimus Prime flies away and Bumblebee's left on Earth.
Right.
And because we see a transmission from Optimus Prime to Bumblebee in the trailer. So my thought is it's not a prequel, it's a sequel to last night. Mm-hmm. But then some people say it doesn't even involve any of the Transformer movies. So who knows?
I'm hoping it's just a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
It looks good, though.
Yeah.
It looks good. The big one for me, though, is I cannot wait to go see, and that's Aquaman. Dr. Dolittle to you. I'm sorry, but I know we complain about DC
Let's just say I have more hopes for this movie now since I saw him in Justice League than I did before.
This DC movie, if you watch the trailer, is not dark.
No.
It's very bright and colorful, too. Maybe that's good for DC? Who knows? But, again, it's a prequel to Justice League, which I hate. We're literally jumping all over the place, the timeline in DC. Yeah. But the storyline looks so good. It reminds me, I watched the DC animation Throne of Atlantis, which is the story of Arthur Curry.
Which is a good movie.
Yeah, and he fights his brother, and he fights Manta Ray in that animation.
Yep.
This movie is literally screenshot from screenshot the same as that animation.
Yeah.
That's what's making me look forward to it. Maybe DC finally got their head out of their butt and maybe is doing something good. Because I thought it was going to be really dark, but it's not.
No, I mean, it could be a decent movie. We'll see.
We'll see. January, I have a movie on the 11th called A Dog's Way Home.
What day?
The 11th.
Okay.
I've watched this trailer, and a lot of people are comparing it to Homeward Bound. And the storyline is kind of about the same. This dog loses his way from his owner and has to travel over 400 miles to find his owner. So if you enjoyed growing up the Homeward Bound movies, a lot of people are saying this might be just like that. I don't have anything till the 18th.
Not as funny?
Just not as funny, probably. Yeah, it's more heartbreaking.
Right.
On the 18th, I have a movie called Glass.
January 18th?
Yep.
Now, I have some on the 16th.
Okay.
I'm not sure how true this is.
Okay.
But I do have Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Yes, it's
On the 16th.
It comes out in January. I think it's the 16th. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, it's probably only going to be in select theaters.
It is in selected theaters.
In the big
I already
cities.
looked. It's nowhere near us.
Yeah, I mean, we both really want to see it.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
But I thought it still deserved a mention.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mentioned DB Super all the time. The only thing I can say that's good about it is, so when it airs in December in Japan, they're saying then it comes out on like DVD over there like a month later. So maybe Funimation is going to do the same thing over here. And then maybe in February it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray.
Maybe.
So, but yeah, I have on the 18th Glass. And the thing with Glass, if you haven't watched the movies prior to it, it probably won't make any sense to people. But in the early 2000s, a movie came out called Unbreakable. And then a couple years ago, we had James McAvoy in Split, which a lot of people loved. It came in, I think it came in like third place on our, third or second on our Nerdies last year for best
I
thriller
still never
movie.
watched it.
But Glass is the third film in this, and it stars the actors from all three movies, Bruce Willis, Sam Jackson, and James McAvoy. Nice. How can you fail with those three?
Right.
So I have one left that I'm so excited for in the 25th.
I did one on the 18th of January. I didn't do any research on what it's about. It only caught my attention because of the actor in it. Mm-hmm. I have The Last Man.
Okay.
With Hayden Christensen, which I've not seen since Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, since Jumper, actually. Since Jumper. So I thought it deserved a mention, you know, because if he's making a comeback, fantastic. You know, he wasn't a horrible actor, so maybe we'll see him more in more movies.
We'll see. 25th, I have The Kid Who Would Become King. It's a King Arthur type movie. Kid finds the sword in the stone, and at the same time it unlocks Morgana, who we know she's a villain in a lot of King Arthur things, and Merlin. And Morgana and her demons are coming to take over Earth again. And the kid has to rally with Merlin and all his friends to train them to become Knights of the Round Table. And then he recruits all the kids from the school, and they have to fight all the demons.
Who's in this?
I have not a clue.
You know the actors.
No, I don't know. I could not see anybody I knew in this. But the trailer looked amazing.
It's called, what's it called?
The Kid Who Would Be King.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
While you look that up, we are running low on time, and we still have February.
Absolutely.
On February 8th, I have What Men Want, which I watched the trailer for this and looks hilarious because I own a little movie called What Women Want, starring Mel Gibson, years and years ago. This is literally the exact same movie, just this time it's a female who can listen to men's thoughts instead of Mel Gibson listening to women's thoughts.
Oh, gotcha.
Looked hilarious, just as good as the first. Second one, on the 8th, The Lego Movie 2. I don't really care for Lego Movie 1, so... But it has to be mentioned.
Put it on there.
It has to be mentioned because it's going to make big bucks because the Lego Movie was a huge success. On the 14th of February, I have Happy Death Day to You. This is a sequel to, I think it was last year or the year before, Happy Death Day, where this girl keeps reliving her murder and she's got to solve the mystery of who's killing her. So this literally jumps right into, right at the end of the movie, then this starts right up. And finally, on the 22nd, the biggest one in February, How to Train Your Dragon 3. We've played the trailer. It's a...
The Hidden World.
This movie is a great way to end the series. Because they said this is going to end the series.
I know.
It's a good way to end it. I like how it's going. Who knows? Maybe Toothless and this white Night Fury maybe have a baby and we get
Day Fury.
We get a...
It's a Day Fury.
Oh, Day Fury, okay. Maybe we get a spinoff.
Spinoffs never work out.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, they never work out.
Before we end the show, anything else? Any movies you...
Yes, your movie that you talked about, Kid That Would Be King.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart's in it.
Well, yeah, but he's not even in the trailer.
Still.
So I'm thinking, were we sure, or was that a typo?
No, he plays Merlin.
Must be, okay. Because in the trailer, Merlin's a kid.
Okay.
That's why.
All right. Yeah, it says him as Merlin.
Okay, he's probably they do like a flashback to King Arthur's time.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. All right, unless you have anything else.
That's it for me.
We're cutting it close. Thanks for watching, everybody. One of our favorite episodes is talking about these movies. There's a lot to go see. As always, watch this episode and every other episode, at least up to 60 episodes on the YouTube page. like us on Facebook and follow us there. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at KrillinMan.
The Twitter.
I have not a clue what we're talking about next time because I haven't set everything up. But with it turning to January, you know what that means. It's Nerdy Awards season.
It is Nerdy Awards
I will
season.
be getting the Nerdy Awards set up and we will be posting it on our Facebook page. I will let you know when that happens, so go on and vote for all the great movies. What do you think, right off if you had to guess, what do you want to see as movie of the year?
Movie of the year?
Yes. What do you think was movie of the year? I still say it's Avengers.
Yeah, I'm going to say Infinity Wars.
For some reason, that always wins.
I'm going to say Infinity Wars.
We'll see if it gets most anticipated movie of next year as well. As always, thanks for watching. Stay nerdy.